This month we are gearing up for ConQuest, and today we're gearing up by making a thing for my character, Tobias, which is going to be an undertaker. Now, Tobias had gone through a lot of changes over the year, from being an innkeeper to a rogue to a spy, blah 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 blah. And it's a good thing for a character to evolve. It keeps yourself interested in the character, and it also doesn't... Yeah, well, naturally a character would evolve. In this case, where ConQuest is continuing their campaign in the mirror world, our group had sort of like a need for an extra character, an extra profession. And I thought, well, why didn't my character take that profession? And it's an undertaker, guy who buries the dead. Why does that fit together with Tobias Kell? Well, not directly, but it makes sense for him to take, because one of his brothers, the brother that he likes the best, Lucas, is an undertaker. So it's sort of a way of him going into business with his in-game brother, Lucas, and continuing their business in this other world, the mirror world. So he's sort of setting up shop there. Plus there's probably a lot of dead people. It's a new world, they need to kill up other people, there's a lot of fighting, so people are gonna get buried. It's a money business. And it's also a very good way of doing smuggling, if you know what I mean. The thing I'm going to make today is gravestones. And I've already did a video on gravestones where I sort of just took some spray paint and painted flamingo. That was not a good video, and I'm very, very sorry about that if anybody out there used that one. It's a crappy tutorial. As you can see here, it's sort of... Well, what I didn't know at the time was that spray paint actually sort of works like acid on styrofoam. Actually destroys it, and yeah, it's not very good. And as you can see over time, it doesn't protect the styrofoam at all. If I get a bump into this, it's just white. It's not grey anymore, it's not a gravestone, it's this piece of styrofoam that looks like... yeah, styrofoam. So I did a lot of research out on the internet, and I found out that the cheapest and probably also the best way to do this is just to go out and, yeah, well, go down to a local painter shop where you get paint. And I don't mean acrylic paint, I mean paint that you use for walls and paint on tables and stuff like that. And ask just to buy a couple of buckets of their leftover paint, or if they have any paint that they're not using, or something you can get really, really insanely cheap that they're not necessarily using anymore, or well, they just need to throw out or something like that, because a lot of times they have that stuff and you can get it really cheap. I got some really small cans that was gray, and I got it pretty cheap, but there wasn't enough for the gravestones I wanted to make, so I went out and bought a nice black one and then some white paint. Well, the nice thing here is also you don't have to go for a specific color, as long as you can mix it together to sort of like a gray or black gray or whatever color you want. You can use anything. So don't limit yourself only to gray or black and white. Although it does help. With that, it was just a matter of mixing it all together, and by saying this, I should probably mention it's a good idea if you have the opportunity to get some paint that's used for what's it called, outside wall paint, that has sort of like a surface on it. When it dries, it becomes sort of like water resistant. The white paint I used, it was kind of it created sort of like rubber-like, plastic-like surface. It helps because the styrofoam don't take that much of a beating, and it also, yeah, just make it a lot more durable. Durable, not durable. Durable. But all that paint mixed, it's just a matter of painting the gravestones. And if you have some leftovers, from the last tutorial, I'm very sorry. Please go on and do like me and take your old gravestones and just paint them with the new paint. The worst thing is that it probably takes a couple of hours for each layer to dry, and you're probably gonna need to give it about 5, 6, 7 layers, I don't know. Whatever you feel like is the right amount. So get somebody to help you. I did. It helps a lot and becomes a lot faster, and it's actually quite cozy to sit there and paint. When I was done, it ended up looking like this. And it's actually quite nice. It's also, paint also adds to the weight of it, because this one is a little damaged from the spray paint I used on it. It's probably, it's still pretty visible that it's styrofoam. It has the styrofoam surface. But if you have like a really new non-damaged styrofoam that you haven't spray painted or anything or destroyed like that, it's not that visible. I had some surface areas I did it on where it was actually, I wasn't able to see it. Now if you want to learn on how to carve out the letters and making patterns and everything, I redirect you to the old tutorial I made. However, when you get to the spray paint part, just stop it and go to this video. Do remember to participate in our giveaway. In celebration of us passing the 500 subscribers, we have made an alliance with Palatoge, the Danish live weapon manufacturer, where you can win a LarpSword, either a footman or a drow lord. You just have to make a video and send it to us. But check out that video for more on the conditions of how to participate in the giveaway. Anyway, I'm going to see you in the next one, where we're gonna gear up a little more.